Hi, I'm Darius.
Hi, I'm Dante.
And we're the Foggy Twins.
And welcome to the Blue and White Project. I'm your host, Bruce Cooper. I have the distinct pleasure of having a conversation with two of our most unique and distinct Sigma Beta Club members. These members have been with the program with Kappa Epsilon Sigma for almost a decade. Today, I have the pleasure of seeing what really makes them tick. Tonight we have Dante and Darius Foggy, two of our most unique Sigma Beta Club members. I'd like to have a conversation with them tonight. I hope you enjoy it. How you doing?
Good.
Welcome to the show.
Hello.
How are you? So what you guys, just sitting out here? What are you doing?
Yes,
What's going on?
Just trying to be educational, trying to make it easy, That's all we're trying to do.
Well, that's good. You guys enjoying your summer?
Yeah, I'm enjoying my summer. It's crazy. I'm about to go off to college, so we're getting ready for that.
What have you been doing this summer?
A lot of sleep, catching up on that. My last 4 years have not got a lot lately, but I'm catching up.
A lot of sleep.
Yes.
Like what, 10 hours?
Maybe about half the day.
That's a lot of
Half the
sleep.
day.
That's a
Yeah.
lot of sleep. What about you?
Well, I've been just packing up because I leave for college very soon. So packing up for that, getting ready, getting all my books done, all that money getting blown. So just getting all things put together for college.
Guys getting things squared away.
And
That's good. That's good. So the reason we have you here tonight, we want to have a conversation and find out just some things about Sigma Beta, what you enjoyed about it, your experiences with it. But not only that, we want to find out not about the Fogies at this moment, but how it all began. We'd like to know a little bit more about your childhood. What can you tell me about your childhood?
I have to say my childhood was very simple. It was nice. I loved having our brother. It was cool. So it was very fun. I always had a playmate. I always had a built-in somebody I could do things with.
Always good to have a friend right there, right?
Yes,
right on the scene.
Yes, back in the days. So it was just a lot of cartoon watching, cereal eating, just being a kid. My childhood was it was fun. It was filled with 90s music and
90s music. Hey, you love 90s music, right? Come
my
on.
mom loved 90s music. Therefore, yes, all 90s
Good
music I
music.
love. Yes.
What song did mom play over and over again?
Mary J. Blige is big. So what's the 411? My Life in the Sunshine, stuff like that. Dad, Jodeci. Oh yeah, Jodeci. I wouldn't be here if it
everybody
wasn't for
loves-
Jodeci. Shout out to Jodeci. Shout out to
think-
Jodeci.
I think many of us wouldn't be here if it wasn't for Jodeci.
And then a lot of times she would play real inspirational stuff like Brand Nubian and My Souls of Mischief and a lot of Chubb Rock and PM Dawn and all real hot 90s music we used to always listen to every day all day. So it was still back in the day where we're in the middle of things where you still caught things on reruns. So we still a little bit of Yo MTV raps, and there was still people from the 90s that was so relevant.
Did you see my shirt? Yo on TV raps?
Yes, back in the day.
Right?
Back in the day. Yeah, so it was just stuff like that, just watching cartoons and watching Hey Arnold and Cat Dog, just being a kid. It was fun.
You guys, you really came up in a classical time as far as the way music and art was at that period in the 90s. It's nothing like the 90s. What can you tell me? Any fun, really fun experiences you had when you were a child?
One of the best experiences I had, my mom, it's funny to talk about it now. My mom used to go and take us out to fancy restaurants and stuff and make us pull out her chair and teach how to be gentlemen. And I laugh at it now.
When you were a child?
I was a little kid. We used to always do real fun stuff, or she would make me she always wanted us to be cultured. She never wanted us to be one of those kids that say I've never been nowhere. But she wanted us to see the finer things. We would go out to the Philadelphia Museum and actually like it. We would go with book readings and see like Afrocentric, poets, and like she really wanted us like to think broader than ourselves.
What would she say when she would take you to these places?
Yeah, like just like I mean, it was just like have fun. I think a lot of times. So a lot of times, like when you're younger, it's what you're exposed to, what you make the liking. Like we used to go to the freaking institutes and to touch museums and stuff like that. So like it made like learning fun, which I brought into when I was older. So it wasn't like, oh, books are boring. It was like books are fun. Like you learn new things.
So it made learning fun. Do you
Yes.
feel at that point? Do you feel that helped you as you went further in your scholastic career?
Exactly. My whole thing on reading, you always have to think, I'd be a good reader. If you can't read, then you can't read. Like, this is bad. Like, I always learned I was at like a higher form in that way. Like a critical thinking skills was added because of that when you learn how to read, stuff like that. So reading is fundamental, kids.
Dante and Darius Foggy, both members of Kappa Upsilon Sigma, Sigma Beta Club for over 10 years. It was interesting just to hear how much the Sigma Beta Club has helped them out and how they have matured as young men. So earlier we talked about your mother and how she had people around you when you were growing up. Dad wasn't always there, but she had special people in your life. Let's talk more about these special people. Who was it specifically that really started you into this area of manhood where you can say, you know what, I really like him. He's really showing me the way to go. Who are these special people?
I would say my grandfather, being like the leader of one. Like we used to always, he would pick us up from school, and we stayed over at my grandparents' house all the time during the summer. So he kind of taught us, like, about sports and about how to carry yourself and how to be. And so especially with math, like he was really big on like doing stuff in your head, not using calculators. Like he was,
that's good skill.
He's someone who can square numbers in his head. Like he's very intelligent. So like so he taught me like that in fractions. So again, stuff like that.
Now you mentioned he taught you how to carry yourself.
Mm-hmm.
More specifically, in what way did he?
I mean, like like don't put your pants down at your legs. And,
You mean don't walk around with your pants hanging down?
Yeah, of course, no one does that. That's so faded out and old. But I'm saying we're talking about back in the day now. But
They don't?
not at all.
they don't.
You get laughed at.
Okay.
But like, I think stuff like that, like how to treat others. You know what I mean? With respect, tact. He was a bit big on like dressing nice and being presentable. You know, how you present yourself to people's perception of you. So if you dress sloppy, people think you're sloppy. You dress nice, people think you're nice. So stuff like that.
So he talked a lot about having the right image.
Yes, image really big one. Yeah.
So tell me about your experience with Sigma Beta. When you started, how'd you get started? What made you want to be a part of it?
Well, we got started from we played football, and then Mr. Sharp, his son Chris, he was on our football team. And then all of them, they're kind of like cliquish, like all the dads, and so they were all Sigmas. So mom was like, why y'all all cliquish? And so then they're like, we're Sigmas. I mean, we have a little club that our boys are in, and then we just started from there. And that was when we were about 8.
8 years old?
Yes, sir.
And now you're how old?
18.
10 years in Sigma Beta. That's awesome. How'd you feel about it?
I felt it was weird because like when we first started, like I said, it was kind of cliquish. Like it was like the boys' club. And my mom, being, my mom, she's like, why can't my boys be part of it?
Mom's anti-cliquish.
Yeah, anti-cliquish. She's like, why can't my boys be Sigma Betas? Why can't my boys do this and do that? So when we started, we were like really like shy. We didn't know nobody, and people were like all older than us. But as we got older, and we got like the brothers were very, very accepting. They taught us a lot of new things. And I think like after a while, if you're in something so long, they cherish the treasure that you have in you. So they really like instilled a lot of values in us that I would have never got if I wasn't part of the club.
What were some of the amazing things that you were accomplished or able to be a part of as a Sigma Beta Club member?
Like one was when we went to a national conclave, where it's like a meeting of all the Sigmas in the nation, and we met other Sigma Beta clubs. I thought we were the only club. There's clubs from Louisiana, and Baton Rouge, and Atlanta, and California, Detroit.
Where was this at?
It was in Atlanta. It was in Atlanta, and while we were there, we went to Morehouse. We met very like famous like senators and mayors and judges, and so yeah, I was really big
How old were you at this time?
I was 13.
That's a good time.
13. And then also
really
we met
can retain a lot
Congressman
of
John Lewis. And he talked to us and he spoke. He was like really walking history. You know, he went through the civil rights movement. He was there on the bridge and like he did a lot.
You met him in Atlanta?
Yeah, we met him in Atlanta. And he took time to talk to us. And it was really cool. And also we had big things. We went to McGuire Air Force Base, got to be in a plane, and we went to a lot of different like events. And I met great people. I never really met nobody who was a black lawyer until I met, you know, you guys, or black doctors, or black police officers. So it was a very like eye-opening experience. Like I know, like my mom, she only has an associate's degree, but you meet people like brother Chris Taylor, who was like a lawyer, and has.
And how did that make you feel to find there were African American professionals that were out there that you had no idea were out there?
It made me feel good. It made me feel comfortable with what I want to do. It made me feel like, well, if they can do it, why can't I do it?
And that's what this was all about, Sigma Beta Clubs. Exactly. How'd you feel about that?
I liked it. It was good seeing a different take on things. You know what I mean? You always see around in culture, people, most of the doctors are either white or Asian. Where you see here is all black people. Like it's like I can be that.
Right.
And they're very down to earth. Very down.
Let's have a seat. Let's talk a little bit more. So, I see you've changed up here.
Yes, I have.
You have a different costume on. What do you have on?
Well, actually, this is my chef jacket. I'm going to Johnson Wales University in Rhode Island. It's a culinary college. And these are one of the jackets that I'm going to be wearing at college. I also was on Chopped on the Food Network, Chopped on the Food Network.
Tell us about that.
That was a really great and eye-opening experience. I got to be on part of the Chop through my chef teacher and real huge mentor in my life, Timothy Witcher, who was actually the first black male I ever knew who was actually like an executive chef. And through him, I did culinary competitions. I won state gold medals in culinary arts. So they sought me out. And then when I went to the studio and the whole experience, it was very eye-opening. It was really great to meet other young chefs, and also really great to inspire other young African-American males. They can be chefs. They can be part of the Food Network. I was one of the first African-Americans under age 21 to win a Food Network competition. So it was really great. It was really nice to, you know, make history myself.
Amazing. Now, we understand that Darius has been a part of some oratorical competitions here.
Yes, I have.
Within the past few years. What can you tell us about that?
I was in an oratorical contest at the National Conclave where I faced other Sigmas across the nation in speech.
Sigma Betas.
Sigma Betas, sorry,
Okay.
my bad.
All right, no problem.
My brain is cold. It was about obesity, and I came in second place, and even at 13, and I learned about it the day, like 2 days of. I had 2 days to prepare a speech, and I still got second, which is really, really amazing.
And how long was the speech?
The speech was about 5 minutes long, and I spoke on obesity and about the effects of it of our youth, and I did a really good job, so I got second.
Wow, congratulations. Awesome. Now, I also see here you have a tennis racket.
Yes, sir.
In your hand. What's the deal with this tennis racket? What are we doing with that?
You're
not going to beat me up with that,
Oh,
are you?
never. I played tennis in high school. I'm going to walk on to my college's tennis team. I'm going to North Carolina A&T, go Aggie.
All right, congratulations.
Yes, I'm doing biological engineering. And so I'm in love with tennis, and I hope to make the team.
So I want to say congratulations to both of you for going to school and being an active part of Sigma Betas. And whether you know it or not, you really influence a lot of the younger Sigma Betas. And you motivate them. We hope that you continue to at least be a part and reach back to them as they get older. And we also hope that when you go to college that you pledge Sigma.
Hey, that's on them. That's on them. That's their decision.
So let me ask you this, though. I do have a couple more questions before we go. Is there anything in your life up until this point that you say, I wish I would have done that a little bit better?
I would say the way I looked at school. And so a lot of times, like, I got...
But you did well.
Yeah, I did well, but I could do better. I think that's the best thing. Is that I did well in school, but you always do better. Because, of course, I wasn't somebody... People say, oh, you got to study. I never studied, to be honest. I never studied ever. I just did... Like, you kind of just retain your information. You never really learned it. Where I got through, but I knew I could do way better and get higher in school if I would have studied and applied myself more. And had the education, I could have had a full ride at A&T instead of having to pay money, or I would have had more opportunities to go places and stuff like that from my grades. So I think that'd be the best thing to do, is just do my homework and stuff. That's most thing that everybody tells you about.
I think that's valuable information that not only will Sigma Betas really value that, but I think people in general. It's basically about applying yourself when you go to college. You're going to have to do that. You'll have so many things at your disposal, but you have to make sure you stay disciplined and apply yourself. Dante, what about you?
I think it would be how I treated the people around me and how I treated people around me through my high school career. I think like earlier in my high school career, I was very nerdy. A lot of people like really were on like Team Dante. So like after I went on Chopped and I went on TV twice and I was doing all stuff like that, I stopped trusting people. And I really like, people would come to me and try to talk to me like that, and I'll kind of push them away because I was like, well, you're only here for my glory, but you haven't seen my story. So it was very like a rough time patch for me. So I had to like, I think if I treated people better and like gave them the benefit of the doubt, but I'm not gonna lie, like after, I got a little mean, like
After Chop?
Yeah, I got a little mean because like people wanted to use you. Like people said, oh, they come out the woodworks. You know, my dad came out the woodworks a little bit more. He wanted to be around me a little bit more. So like a lot of friends that didn't mess with me in high school and said I was a nerd and da. Now, you know, I got a good job and I was on TV and now they want to hit me up. Girls want to hit you up. So it was like a lot of times that I was kind of like snippy to people and kind of didn't want to let nobody in. And I think that like in college, it's going to be even worse because I go to culinary college and like there, it's not about sports teams, it's about who you were. So me being you say gold medalist and the Chop champion, I'm like a rock star coming up in there. Right. So it's hard. I think like in college, I need to like give people benefit of the doubt, be a sweeter, nicer person. I'm a sweet and lovable guy, but I think a lot of times when it comes to people in my circle, I close people off.
Well, that's great that you've learned that at this point in your life. And when you go there, you already know how you want to present yourself. So you'll be successful, I'm sure you will. There you have it. Thank you for your time.
Thank you very much.
The cops aren't your friend. You hear it in music,
like,
you hear it in people, like cops aren't your friend.
In our, like around a lot of like people that say like, for example, like say if I might be doing good but my friend might not, all right? So you have some of those instances where there's people who do bad things and they should be getting arrested. It is what it is.
Oh, true, yeah.
But it's I have nothing to say about that. Like there's a lot of times where we go overboard. There's reasons why we get stopped. Like you really were past the speed limit. You really were acting ignorant. You really did have like a bunch of drugs in your car. But you don't really hear about that stuff. You always hear about, hey, they got like, they arrested your boy and he's your best friend. You overlook what he was doing. All you see is they're messing up what he's doing now.